Okay, here we go.
So you're going to prompt me with
Here we
foreclosures and buy now.
Hi, welcome to reSurgence Television. We are so busy today and having a wonderful time in preparing this show for you today. This is a very special show. Let me introduce myself. My name is Diane Wesley-Smith, and I am your host today for reSurgence Television. I have a wonderful guest today. Why do I say wonderful? Because my guest today, Ms. Rebba Middleton, is a real estate expert. Everyone knows what's going on in real estate. Everyone knows there's something wrong. A lot of people know that they can purchase in this market, and so many people are not prepared. So we have invited Ms. Middleton to our show today to share with us, let's talk about foreclosures. That's going to be a topic of our show. So now you know how we do it. Step one, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil so you can take some notes. If you have any questions when the time comes, you will call 415-621-4473. So first, I want to welcome you to the show, Rebba. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
And let me just say, Rebba is not only a real estate expert, but she speaks from practical experience because, Rebba, you own several properties.
Yes.
And I knew Rebba for a few years before she told me that she owned several properties, and it just happened to come up. And I just want to say that I notice people that are financially secure, doing the right things, those are the ones that don't talk about it much. But the reason we are going to talk about it today is because we want to help you. You have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have the right to purchase a home. That is the American way. That is the American dream. And Rebba and I are dedicated, along with a host of other real estate professionals, to helping in any way that we can assist you in purchasing a home. Rebba, welcome to the show again. You mentioned you want to talk about foreclosures, so Let's get it started.
Okay. I want to talk about foreclosures in the fact that a lot of people have been reading the newspaper and are scared of purchasing foreclosures. And there is a reason to be wary, but if you do your due diligence and do your inspections on your property and do the proper comps and use the proper agents, there's no reason why you can't benefit from this foreclosure market.
Okay, now, Rebba, you said do the proper comps. Let's, for the person who doesn't know, should an individual do their own comps, which means that you're going to take the house, you're going to compare the house that you want to purchase and what the price is against other properties that are comparable or similar. Rebba, do you recommend that someone do that, perform those functions themselves?
Definitely not. This is not an arena where people should use their own judgment. This is a professional business. You use qualified appraisers to do that business, and as such, you wouldn't want to waste your money making those kind of valuations yourself. The bank is doing a very good job now of helping you to determine that price, both the seller's bank and the buyer's bank. So it's hard to make a mistake, but once you make that decision, it's irrevocable.
Okay, now, irrevocable means once you make the decision, it's a done deal. You cannot change your mind. But Rebba, some people feel that they can save money if they do this themselves, they do that themselves, they try to do this and that. And what do you say as a real estate professional to people who think, well, maybe I can save a few thousand here, a few thousand there? Will they really save money, or will it cost them more in the long run?
If you know qualified professionals, or if you are a licensed professional, a licensed plumber, a licensed electrician, a licensed contractor, then of course you'll save money. You'll be able to save money both ways, in the labor and the cost of the materials. But
so if you're licensed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because you would have access to cheaper materials, and you would know quality work work when you saw it. It can be very easily strewn around that people who know things really don't know things. They're just trying to be helpful, and then when you go to flush your toilet, bam, it's all backed up.
Okay.
So you don't want those kind of professionals doing your work. But if you do know people in your church or people in your community groups or people in labor unions that you know who do qualify and who do have references, you're looking for people who have qualified references.
Okay, so it sounds like unless you have references or you're in the profession yourself, so you have the advantages of the discounts that are afforded professionals in the industry, the real estate industry. Other than that, it's better to consult a professional. Rebba, let's get right down to foreclosures. And because, I want to share with our audience that God, and in this show we use the G word, don't we, Rebba?
Yes,
we use the G word. We talk about God because that is from whom all blessings flow. There is no recession in heaven. I just want to say that because there really isn't. And let me just share with you the reason I say that with all the gratitude in my heart and all the gratefulness that I can muster, because God has blessed us, my husband and I, with the foreclosure. So Rebba said she wanted to talk about foreclosures so that we can start. Let's let Rebba tell us about foreclosures.
Foreclosures in this market happened because the market accelerated too fast. People were willing to pay more money and banks were willing to give them more money. And so the properties literally got out of hand. Properties that were selling for $700 are now only worth $300. So those properties are either being short-saled, meaning they're being sold for the $300,000 that they're now worth versus the $700,000 that they're owed to the bank. Or
Okay, so now let's just I hope you have your pencil and paper. So the difference between, because a lot of you have seen a short sale, a lot of you have seen foreclosures, and you've wondered what is the difference between a short sale and a foreclosure. So Rebba, would you just describe again the difference between a short sale and a foreclosure?
A short sale means the property is sold short of what is owed on it. So the property was purchased for a certain price. Let's use $700,000 because a lot of properties in Antioch are being foreclosed and they were sold in that $700,000 range. Those properties are now only worth $350,000 to $300,000.
So now, does that mean that since the properties, for example, in Antioch, a lot of blacks went to Antioch? I tell you, just heartbreaking, because the majority of the foreclosures in the Bay Area, aren't they in Antioch?
Are in Contra Costa County, yes.
Contra Costa County. And anyway, excuse me for cutting you off, but I just want to say that in addition to that, we've also lost a huge voting block. The African American voting block has been lost in San Francisco and Oakland. So Rebba, we have this high foreclosure rate, and we don't have a lot of time. So as you share more with us, would you also talk about what can we do to avoid foreclosure?
Okay.
What about prevention?
Okay, let me give you what the foreclosure is. The foreclosure is when the person does not want to sell short. That person wants his equity, his or her equity, which actually is no longer there.
Right, because they're foreclosing.
So the bank, you don't have the money to pay. The bank wants the money. You don't have it. So you sit in the property until the bank actually takes legal possession of the property. That is a foreclosure, meaning you get no additional monies from the property and you get no additional time from the property. The sheriff comes in, locks you out. Literally, you've lost the property.
Okay, so with a short sale, one can
stay in the property
and keep their good name.
And can they keep their good name? Yes, they can.
Now, what do we mean when we say keep your good name?
It means that your credit is not so damaged in the fact that you actually took some initiative to do something. You realized you were in trouble. You realized you were in trouble, and you did not stay in the property and just hunker down and put your head in the sand and hope that God bailed you out. What you want to do is you want to contact the bank yourself.
God will bail us out, but we need professionals like Rebba.
Yeah, we actually need to do some. Yeah, we actually need to do some hard work on our own. We got ourselves into the situation.
Hard work on our own. Thank you so much.
We got into the situation. We need to get ourselves out. We need to realize that we got in over our head. We need to contact the bank, tell them that, and then let them. Banks are actually willing to help you in this process.
So people should call their
they should call their
banks
lender, and they really should go down there. The phones are just swamped.
Okay.
So it's very hard to reach your lender. So a lot of times, and they're major lenders, they're B of A, Citibank, Wells Fargo, Countrywide, which is now B of A, and you should contact those lenders, and you should keep records of those contacts so that when something does happen, you have a record of whom you talked to, when you talked to them, and